Hey everybody, it's Pete. So last week we talked about registering to vote and who can do it and different ways you can do it. This time I wanted to talk about the different ways we work to try to make sure that our voter file is as up to date and accurate as possible. So we are part of the Illinois voter registration system with the State Board of Elections and all the other election offices throughout the state. So for example, if you lived in Bunker Hill and you moved to Edwardsville and you registered to vote in Madison County, even if you forgot that to cancel your voter registration with us, we're going to get a notice from Madison County saying, hey, it looks like maybe this voter with the same name, birth date, maybe last four digits of social security number, maybe driver's license, registered here in Madison County. We think maybe you should cancel that registration in Macoupin. We'll look into it. If we think that's true, we can cancel that registration. If not, we can work with Madison County to try to figure out where that discrepancy may be. And that's true throughout the whole state, whether it's Chicago, down to Cairo, anywhere in between. So that's one of the ways we help keep track of you. As part of that IVRS system, we also get notifications from the National Change of Address system with the post office. So if you just move from Carlinville to Gillespie and you use that National Change of Address form with the post office, even if you don't re-register with us, we would get a notification. We'd be able to update your registration from it, send you new mail to that address, and as long as it doesn't come back to us, your registration is now up to date. There's also the electronic voter registration interstate compact, which participating states would get that same type of information from them through the State Board of Elections every so often to try to make sure if you move out of state to one of those states, we know and are able to take care of that. Unfortunately, for our family members who pass away, if you pass away in the state of Illinois, we should get a death certificate for that person and can use that to cancel their voter registration. Obviously, here in Macoupin, though, we're pretty close to St. Louis. So there are times if your loved one passes away at a St. Louis facility, we would still need you to reach out to us and get that registration canceled because we don't have access to Missouri death certificates, but we do for Illinois. So we're able to use those. We also go through obits and try to find folks that maybe have passed away that way and go through the proper steps to get their registration canceled based off of that. But really, one of the biggest things we use to make sure the voter file is up to date is every other year when we mail you new voter registration cards, voter file maintenance. If you get a card for someone who no longer lives at that address, whether it's the previous owner or a family member, so maybe it's your kid registered to vote when they were in high school with you, but they haven't lived with you for 10 years, don't throw that card away. Reach out to us, send it back with a note on the back signed by you saying that person no longer lives there, so we can get them off the rolls. That's the whole point of doing that voter file maintenance, is to try to get the registrations up to date, get them current, and remove anyone who no longer needs to be on our voter rolls. So if you've got one of those, please make sure to reach out. Please make sure to send it back so we can get those up to date. That's the same thing with any type of election mail. If it gets sent out and then it's returned to us as undeliverable, we have a reason to believe that registration is no longer up to date. So we'll send a confirmation notice, an R26, that basically says, hey, is your registration up to date? If not, we're going to move you to inactive status. So if for some reason the mail just kind of messed up and sent it back to us when they shouldn't have, you can send it back, say, nope, I'm confirming this registration is up to date, and you're good to go. If, however, we do not receive anything back, we don't get to cancel you right away, but we do move you to inactive status. And inactive status means that you can still vote if your registration is correct, but you'll have to go through a couple extra steps. We'll talk about that later on. But if it is for someone who no longer lives there and their registration is no longer correct, if they don't vote for 2 federal elections, so like coming up, if they don't vote in 2026 and then they don't vote in 2028, then we can cancel them and we can get them removed off the books. So even if you get election mail and you don't want to call us or mail it back, if you can make sure that the post office sends it back as undeliverable, we can start that process as well. Though it's much easier to just reach out to us so we can get the registration canceled right away. But it's important to remember, I don't have the authority to just cancel anybody based off of you calling in and saying, hey, we need this registration canceled, or election judges when they flip through the books going, hey, this person no longer lives there, cancel that registration. You don't want any county clerk, me or anybody else, to have that power. That's why we have all these separate steps we need to go through. So we're more than happy to go through those steps because we want our voter file to be as accurate as possible. We just need your help to do it. So if you do get those voter cards for family members that no longer live there, please send them back. If you have a loved one who passed away, particularly out of Illinois, please let us know so we can get their registration canceled. We'll do what we can to try to make sure that we have our voter file as clean and accurate as we can, but we've got to follow the laws and go through each of the steps that we need to in that process.